Hey there everyone. Before I get started on today's video, I just want to tell you about a little friendly gingerbread house event going on with some of the other Here's Feast content creators. They're going to be sharing their creations on their social media accounts. And I'm going to link all those in the video. I'm going to link the survey. So go take a look, show everyone some love, and enjoy. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Velmore. So last week for my birthday, a couple of friends of mine surprised me with another cookbook, and I'm going to add it into the rotation with the rest of them. So I'm also going to be cooking from the Final Fantasy XIV cookbook. It was a fun surprise, and I'm looking forward to it. Today from Hero's Feast is going to be dwarven Swedish meatballs. These are Delzoun tide me overs. Let's get started. So I'm going to start off by soaking some bread that'll turn into the binding for the meatballs. So with that, I'm going to take an egg, heavy cream, and I'm going to whisk those together. And then I'm going to tear apart some pumpernickel slices and let them soak in this for a few minutes. Just going to mix it around so that everything is covered. Now after letting that soak for about 20 minutes until the bread softened, I am just gonna smash it into pieces with a spoon. Next for this, I'm gonna chop up some onion and fresh dill. Now I'm gonna cook up some onion with some salt, and I'm just going to let that soften for a few minutes. Now that it's softened up, I'm going to add in some allspice. I'm just going to stir that around. And now I'm just going to let this cool down for a few minutes. Now that my onion mixture is cool, I'm going to add it to the bowl with the bread mush, I guess. Now I'm going to add in my ground beef and pork mixture, some salt, some pepper, and baking powder. And I'm going to mix everything together. And I always start these off trying to be clean with it, using a spoon. But I know, especially with something like this, you just got to get your hands in there. And now just form them into meatballs and put them on the tray. And now they're just going to go in the oven for about 20 minutes. So while I wait for that to cook, I'm going to make the sauce, which is going to start with some butter and flour. I'm just going to stir those around for a minute until everything starts to cook up a bit. Now I'm going to add in some chicken broth, slowly while whisking it around. Now I'm going to add in some brown sugar, some soy sauce, and some lemon juice. And I'm going to stir those around and let them thicken a bit. Dwarves tend to have a lot of knowledge about history and culture, going back centuries, sometimes millennia. Delzoun is an ancient dwarven kingdom that spanned much of northwest Faerû, from what would come to be the Anauroch Desert to the Sword Coast and the mountains outside of Neverwinter. And though this kingdom is long gone, the name remains in places like this dish. These meatballs are an incredibly popular dish, generally served as an appetizer for every meal, as well as a mainstay at every feast. Now I am going to put the meatballs into the sauce. And I'm just going to stir those in and let them simmer for a few minutes. Now that that's been simmering for a bit, I'm going to add some dill. Give that a stir in. And then it's time to plate it up and eat. So that was a different preparation than I've ever done for meatballs before. Mixing in the onions and the meat with the soggy bread mixture, it was interesting and turned out very well. The meatballs got browned on the outside and were soft and moist in the middle. The texture was wonderful on them. And once again, the sauce was fantastic. Although I think it would have been better if it were beef stock, but the chicken stock worked out very well. It was savory with just a hint of sweetness to it. I really enjoyed these meatballs. I hope you enjoyed. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at chef_Velmore. The links are in the description of the video. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and come on back next week for another recipe.